Akers believes that the major goal is to become financially free as quickly as possible. He defines financial independence simply as the capacity to live the lifestyle you want without having to work or rely on others for money. The key is to generate passive income. 6. Rich people are continually learning and growing. People in poverty believe they already know. In his live lectures, Akers looks at the 3 most dangerous words in the English language. Those words are "I know that." So how do you know something? If you live it, you understand it. Otherwise, you may have heard about it, read about it, or discussed it, but you are unaware of it. To be honest, even if you are not wealthy and happy, there is a strong possibility that you can still learn a lot about money, success, and life. Consider this. If you're not as successful as you'd want to be, there's something you don't know. One of Akers' most famous quotes is, "You can be right or rich, but you can't be both." You are considered right if you continue to think and act in the same manner. However, they are the paths that led you to where you are today. According to author and speaker Jim Rohn, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. 7. Rich people think that I create my own life. People in poverty think that life happens to me. If you want to be wealthy, you must recognize that you and only you have authority over your financial life. Many poor people engage in the blame game. The goal of the game is to come up with as many people or situations as possible without ever looking at the person in the window. Another reason why the poor are poor is that many of them do nothing except complain. People who complain focus on what is wrong with their lives. What you focus on expands, thus they will continue to receive more of what is wrong. According to the law of attraction, like attracts like, which means that when individuals complain, they draw crap into their life. Mr. Akers claims that he avoids all complainers because negative energy is contagious. He goes on to state, "I guarantee you'll be surprised at how amazing your life will be when you stop concentrating on, and thus stop attracting, crap into your life." It's time to reclaim your power and recognize that you are the creator of everything in and out of your life. Recognize that you are the creator of your riches, non-wealth, and everything in between. 8. The wealthy play the money game to win. Poor people play the money game in order to avoid losing. Teams who play only defense and no offense struggle to win in sports. Unfortunately, most individuals play the money game on defense, with survival as their major priority rather than prosperity and abundance. Poor people desire enough to pay their bills. Guess what happens when the goal is to simply have enough to pay the bills? That is exactly how much you will receive, and nothing more. The middle class takes it up a level and desires to be comfortable. Being financially secure is okay, but these folks frequently order from the right side of the menu. Bottom line. According to Akers, if your goal is to be comfortable, you'll never get rich. But if your objective is to be wealthy, odds are you'll end up being very comfortable. 9. Rich people like to get paid depending on their output. Poor people prefer to be paid based on time. Let me be honest with you. No one cares how much work you put into anything. All they care about is the outcome. Your consumer doesn't care that you spent hundreds of hours building a product. Do you believe they'll buy your poor quality products just because you put a lot of work into it? Of course not. What people care about is the outcome. If it's good, they'll buy it even if you just spent a few hours on it. As an example, you don't care how much time and work I put into this video. If the video is good, you will remain watching. Otherwise, you will go on to another video. It makes no difference that I worked on this video for almost 100 hours. The fact that I made a mistake and had to spend additional time as a result is irrelevant. You care nothing about any of that. You would never say, "Let me watch this low-quality video because it took 100 hours to make." It is about the outcome, not the work or time invested. According to the author, if you want to discover your true value, work for the outcome rather than the income. Rich people trust in their value and capacity to produce results. Poor individuals do not, which is why a steady paycheck is so important for them. 10. Wealthy people have devoted themselves to being rich. Poor people want to be rich. People's subconscious minds have a plethora of negative wealth files that tell them there's something wrong with being wealthy. Examples. What if I make it but then lose it? Then I'll be called a failure. I'll never know if people like me because of me or because of my money and success. It's a lot of work. I'll be at the highest tax rate and will have to pay half of my income to the government. I may be robbed. It's really too much responsibility. Many of us have contradictory mental messages regarding money. One half wants it since it would make life a lot better, while the other side shouts that they'll have to work like a dog to get it. These contradictory messages are the reason. Why most people never become wealthy. Most individuals fail to get what they want because they don't know what they want. Rich people are 100% clear about their desire for money. They are completely dedicated. Only those who are poor give confusing messages. 11. Rich people think big. Poor people think small. Giving consumers more value than they expect is one approach to being successful in business. According to the law of income, you will be compensated in direct proportion to the value you give in the marketplace. The purpose of our life, according to Buckminster Fuller, a famous inventor and philosopher, is to provide value to the people of this generation and those who follow. We all have inherent skills, and sharing your gifts and worth with as many people as possible should be part of your life goal. That involves being willing to take risks. Do you understand what an entrepreneur is? A person who fixes problems for others for a fee, also known as a problem solver. Would you prefer to address problems for a small group of people or a large group of people? The more people you help, the wealthier you become. Bottom line, far too many of us are not living up to our full potential in our own lives or in our contributions to others.